Last week I polled over 1,600 of you. I asked you this riddle that my son's 6th grade math teacher asked him. Over 100,000 of you saw the riddle, and over 1,600 of you solved the riddle. Let's get into my top 8 favorite answers. So first of all, let's go through the 3 answers that I call cute solutions. Answer number 1 is that the riddle asked you to write out all the numbers, but how many times did you draw 8? Draw is like when you pick it out of a hat, so the answer is 0. Okay. Answer number 2. This is kind of cute, actually. So the question is, from there, how many times do you see 8? Well, 1 minus 100 is negative 99, and 8 appears 0 times. Pretty cute. Another very popular answer is that 8 appears only once. The digit 8 appears multiple times, but the number 8 appears only once, and that's right here. Again, cute answer. Not much like deep thought, but a valid answer nonetheless. So those are the 3 cute answers. Now let's jump into the answers that I thought were in the strong solution category. The first one being, if we're talking about real numbers, the answer is infinity. Because we have 1, we have 1.08, we have 1.108, we have 1.12380. So there are infinitely many numbers, even within 1, that contain the digit 8. So the answer, ironically, is a sideways 8, the infinity number. Well, infinity. So that, I thought, was the first pretty clever solution. Did show up a bunch of times, and well done if you got that. Next one, 20. And of course, 20 is the right answer. If you look at every time 8 appears, and you do not make the mistake of counting 88 twice, you will get 20. In fact, when I gave my solution that was very out of the box, I emailed it to my son's teacher and I said, by the way, do you remember you were my teacher in 1993? And I gave her both solutions. She said, we'll keep 20. So I think she didn't like my solution. Maybe she doesn't like over creativity, but 20 is the right answer, of course. Now come my 2 favorite answers, which I might even like more than mine. So when I asked the question, obviously I had my answer in mind, and I was like, no one's gonna think like me. This guy Curtis shows up in the comments and says, he literally wrote, what would Mark think like? How would Mark think? And then he proceeded to give an answer which is eerily close to mine. It kind of freaked me out a little. So he said, if you write out the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1. Oh, we need a 0 in each one, right? Or maybe you have to put 0 first. I think you have to put 0 first. Doesn't really matter. He said you can, by doing this, you can circle any combination of numbers and you're good. So for example, if I say, where's 56? It's right there. If I say, where is 98? It's right there. Where's 100? So it's right there. So you have all combination of numbers within these 3 rows, and you only wrote 8 2 times. So the answer is 2. I thought that was a pretty clever solution. And it definitely made me smile, especially the fact that he wrote, how would Mark think? It made me smile. The next answer I kind of like even more. It's similar. And it really made me smile, like one of these, not one of these cheesy smiles, but a nice big smile. Remember the digital clocks back in the day? Well, if you write the number 188 on a digital clock, you have every single number in there. You want 56? You got a 56 in there. No matter what you want, it is contained right here. So all you have to do is go up, write 188, and you're done. So again, interesting, the answer is 2 times. Awesome solution. I really enjoyed that. Now my answer, which is going to make you all cringe. And the crazy thing about it is I think from every answer, my answer is the most wacky. And the crazy thing is, I heard the riddle, I think it took about 20 seconds before my answer came into my mind. And maybe it's just the way my mind works, but I'm very into like visual. So anyhow, obviously we got to grab this row. But what I was thinking is, if we also pair up every 8 with the number next to it, we have 89, we have 81, we have 82, we have 83, we have 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and we have 80, of course, over here. So if we do this, then all of these 8s are completely redundant. In fact, we don't even need these. So then the answer would be 11, which is an answer that showed up a few times, but for very different reasons, which I didn't understand. So this is my answer, which naturally she hated. Well, let me know in the comments below from all these answers which ones you liked the most, which ones made you smile the most, and what your answer was. I hope you paused in the beginning of the video before watching it and tried figuring this out yourself. I'd love to know in the comments what your favorite answer was. Please let me know. And by the way, this is an amazing interview question because it really gets people to think about a simple question with a creative answer. Next Thursday, September 22nd, 2022, I'm going to be meeting you in person in Manhattan. And I'm going to be talking for about 15-20 minutes, aside from the meet and greet we're going to have. I'm going to be talking for about 20 minutes, and this is the topic I'm talking on. Interview questions that stump you. What you should do. Should you just say, I don't know, I'll get back to you? How you should respond to it in the most effective way that makes the interviewer still like you, despite the fact that you did not get the correct answer. That's going to be the topic I'm going to talk about. We're going to have other speakers as well. There's going to be snacks and drinks and meet and greets. If you can't make it in person, and I would love to meet you in person, at least sign up for the virtual one. No matter where in the world you are, we're going to have a live Zoom, and I'd love to see you on Zoom as well. Cameras will be on. And yeah, so to sign up, go to my Linktree page. There's a sign up for the virtual or for the live in New York one. I'd love to see you next week. I'll see you there.